Okay, one topic I did want to get into just before we even begin to talk about anything else besides glasses, apparently. Um, so basically, when I did the podcast with Sharp the other day, there was like a very brief segment in which I spoke about basically, like, for some reason, I just took it upon myself to just be a little bit open and emotional and talked about the fact that I kind of missed T-Rail. And I talked about the fact that I didn't really like feel like anything happened between us that would prohibit us having a cool relationship, you know? I was just kind of like thinking out loud about the fact that, that when I look at what happened between he and I, there was really nothing. There was like nothing significant that occurred between us that would preclude that kind of relationship. And for some reason, his response to this was to basically go on his stream and do like a half hour kind of like weird quasi attack on me, where he basically made it clear that he wasn't cool with me for whatever reason, or he had this sort of resentment against me. And I felt like I had like a general idea of what was going to be in it just from seeing a couple of captions of the clips from the Reddit or whatever. But I sat down yesterday and I watched the full 30-minute clip, which, keep in mind, the thumbnail has bullet holes in my face. So that's the kind of aggression that we're talking about here. And I actually opened up the notepad on my phone because I wanted to make sure that my response was coherent and that I was able to kind of catalog whatever issues you might have had with me. And I didn't write anything down because in the full 30-minute clip, he didn't even come close to answering the question of like what happened between he and I that caused tension. The only thing that he talks about basically in the clip in terms of things between us was the money side of things. Now, I've made this pretty clear in terms of how I approach paying people or having people get paid through No Jumper, which is that, if you want to get a raise, generally speaking, you're probably going to have to talk to like Josh or I about that. Like, we're not really just like chasing people down to be like, hey, we want to give you more money. That's not really, it's not really how it works, in general. And
corporation work.
Anyone who's ever had a job knows that, generally speaking, maybe if you get a new title, there will be a raise associated with that, but for the most part, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. Now, T-Rail is somebody that I consider generally pretty smart, but the fact that he doesn't seem to really have anything of substance to say about what apparently I did to him, the desire for like a victimhood narrative is so strong that, you could have someone like him listen to me say some kind things, I thought, for a couple of minutes on a podcast, and that his response would be, and this says a lot about the incentives of making YouTube content and just how people know that if they are to say something critical, or at least title it in such a way that it looks critical, that there's going to be a ton of people tuning in, and that's very much what the audience wants to see. But, I guess that was kind of a little bit of a learning experience for me, is like, oh, I was kind of transparent and emotionally available for 2 minutes on the podcast, and instead I just get this dude making a half-hour video with bullet holes in the thumbnail talking about money. Because I dropped a comment pretty soon after it came out, and on the YouTube video, and I think I said, it's hilarious to quit before asking for a raise or something like that. And he responded basically saying it wasn't about money. I would have worked for free, yada yada. Well, okay, if it's not about money, then what is it about? Because that video didn't answer that question at all. T-Rail and I always had a cool relationship. When his fucking store flooded, who was the first people to donate money? It was me and Lena. Besides Tyga, I don't even know who else donated. I'm pretty sure the store still isn't open. It's like, I may not have been as in his face as he would have expected or he would have liked or whatever. But the truth is that I put T-Rail on in a lot of ways. I don't even want to say me. No Jumper put him on, put him in a position to win. Now, you might be able to say, like, look, AD brought him to the platform, whatever, for sure. But I shared the platform with him and allowed him to basically build something that now he has as like a real opportunity to take care of his family and make money and everything. And so that makes me actually kind of wonder, like, do you have confidence that you can get a viral clip from talking about anything besides me? Because it kind of feels like that's where this is going, is that T-Rail is just so aware of the fact that his clips don't go viral unless he talks about me.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is when shit gets real, for real. Now this is when the real competition starts with No Jumper and Back on Fig and Fig Community World. Essentially, Adam just said, nigga, can you get views without me, T-Rail? Which I think he reaching. I think Adam know what he doing on that one. He reaching. Because I'm pretty sure they got viral clips without mentioning No Jumper or Adam22. I'm pretty sure, bro. I mean, they kind of just went viral over the, with Heather and T-Rail arguing. Like, it wasn't a big viral moment, but it was big amongst the communities, you know what I'm saying? The podcast and hip-hop communities. But yeah, I guess Adam is basically declaring war, nigga. That's like an ultimate insult, bro. Can you give views without using my name? Like, if somebody tell you that, like, you telling me that I'm only in existence because of you still, nigga? So I leave your platform. Like, if when I say I'm speaking of like a T-Rail, so I leave. You telling me I still need you to get bread and get. But I mean, you know, a little healthy competition don't hurt. You know what I'm saying? A little healthy competition don't hurt, bro. I just feel like the way Adam said that shit is just gonna be taken a whole different way. Nobody wants to hear a nigga talking about something, I'm the reason, even if they are the reason. Like, nobody wants to hear, no other grown man want to hear another nigga talking something. Yeah, I'm the reason that I made IQ. You know what Jay-Z said, right? If you made me, well, no, Jay-Z said, a lot of niggas saying they made Hove. I'm like, okay. Hold on, he said, I hear a lot of people saying they made Hove. I'm like, okay, or what? Make another Hove. Like, make another one. If you made me, do it again. Make another motherfucker if you really got it like that. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, bro. And that's kind of a shot, like, on some G shit from Adam. That's kind of a shot at T-Rail's, you know, his validity as a podcaster, as a content creator, you know what I'm saying? But it's about to be a surgical summer. Like my nigga Pusha T said, they about to go in now. I got a feeling this about to be one of the best content summers. Like, just in general, not even with just no jumper thing, just in general. 2023, Jordan year. I got a good feeling, bro. There's gonna be some crazy shit that pop off. As far as not like fighting or nothing like that, but like niggas gonna be bringing on crazy big guests. Watch T-Rail bring Schoolboy Q on that bitch. Everybody and Tiger and them niggas. Watch. Niggas that Adam22 can't get, you know what I'm saying? But I'm here for the competition. You know what I'm saying? May the best podcast win, I guess. You know what I mean? But yeah, you heard it. You heard what Adam said. He said if it won't for him, it won't be no them. He put T-Rail on, nigga. He the reason T-Rail can take care of his family substantially. That's what he said. I didn't say it. Go back and play it again. I'm just saying. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Is Adam tripping again, or is Adam spitting facts, nigga? If it weren't for Adam, it wouldn't be on them. What you think? Let me know in the comments, man. Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, man. I'm gone. Yeah.